the mantras, what you say to yourself over and over again, you can really put it to your heart. And being a woman where Uncle Sam wanted me, but none of the men did. One of my sayings I came up with, times are tough, I am tough.
Yeah.
That's mine.
Right. And I think that's true for today. Times are tough, but we are tougher.
Well, I mean, the be yourself thing, as stupid as it sounds, it's true. One thing that I have found as a woman in a male-dominated industry is that when I started and I was at Fox Sports, and it was me and one other woman, and it was about 60 people total, so do the math on that, 58 men, I hate numbers, and 2 women. That was, at that point for me, the best thing was to sort of blend in. I didn't try to be the men, but I most certainly wasn't walking in there with like a, we can do it, feminist power. I just sort of assimilated as best I could, and I didn't want to stand out too much. I wanted to do a really good job and be just like everyone else. And that happened for a while. And then as I got in a better position and I earned a voice, I felt more comfortable speaking up and noticing my differences and using them for good and pointing out how my perspective may be helpful or useful in the room. And I would never advise you to play down being a woman or to try to assimilate too much, but I do think there's something to be said for becoming a part of the unit in a way that you don't stand out until you earn respect and a voice, so that when you do stand out, people don't think of it as you being a woman and wanting to take a stand or be different. It's because you have something to say that's worth being heard. And during the whole Ray Rice incident, it really became clear to our company that we needed to be used on all issues, not just domestic violence or things that involve female athletes, but that our voices should be heard on a bunch of different stuff. And I also feel a lot more confident speaking out to younger girls or speaking out on women's issues in general now, because I've earned a space and a voice that people respect, and it doesn't sound like I'm trying to make a name for myself as something other. I'm still a part of a whole company full of different people, but I can offer a different perspective. So I think remembering that that there are so many differences between men and women, but there's so many similarities. So pick and choose when it makes sense to care about those differences. And when it doesn't, there's no need to point them out, right?
Yeah, I think just on that same note, I often say that I always want people to see me as being a great chef, not a great female chef. And that's why sometimes, and I don't mean it, there's nothing wrong with us celebrating being women, and that's what we should be doing, is just celebrating being women. But I don't want to be sort of singled out as that. I just want to be in the group of chefs that are. And then on a separate note, I think what I'm personally going to take away from this, just from sitting up here with these women that are just funny and making me laugh all night, is that you want to, in your career, you have to make sure to take it seriously, but not too seriously. And you have to love it enough to be able to laugh and have fun while you're doing it. And I think that for me in my restaurants, that's what makes it, that's why people want to work at our restaurants, is because we have fun while we're working and we laugh and we tell jokes and we have a good time, but we're still taking it seriously. So I think it's really important along the way to really combine those two things. And I think that these women up here tonight, who it's like being sitting in on a comedy show or something, while learning at the same time. I think this is inspiration for that, and I appreciate being able to take that away tonight.
Here, here.
So I work in the very serious business of financial services, so you all are my comedic routine for tonight. But the things that first I want to thank this amazing panel. And Colonel Jill and I know each other from the awesome work that we were able to do in Girl Scouting and Love the Restaurant, and certainly watch you. So from a Girl Scouting perspective, you represent all of that phenomenal possibility that girls can see when they're young. I can do that, all vastly different things. So I would say, first of all, you are enough. Man or woman, you're enough. You're here with a set of gifts and talents that only you can bring to the world, so you're enough. And as my mother would say, cover all the ground you stand on, because we're all still becoming. We're all still becoming until we take our last breath. Do something good in the world. There is nothing wrong with believing that good matters and giving other people hope. I think leaders, good leaders, give people hope that I can take you to a better place. And that's the kind of leadership that we need more of. Balanced leadership where men and women are sharing the kind of power that can have a seismographic effect on the issues that we see in our country and our world. You are enough. Cover all the ground you stand on. Only you can do what you've been born to do in this world. It's okay to be good. You can be tough, but you can also be good. Thank you for your attention and for being here to hear us tonight.